Oh, hi, Janet. Hi, Tricia. I'm glad y'all are here. I was trying to sort out my painty papers that are got a lot of paint on them and the ones that have just been kind of barely done like these. So I can go ahead and work on them some more. Okay. Whew. How are y'all doing today? We actually got some rain early this morning, and so now it's really humid. It's really humid. It's humidity, so it feels a lot hotter than it is. But I'm so grateful for the rain. I'll take the humidity. They kind of come together. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this tape so that I can do some more stuff on here. Humid in Pennsylvania too. I tell you, y'all probably had a lot more rain than we have lately, so I don't need to complain about the humidity, but we've gotten so used to it being dry the last year that I get kind of whiny sometimes. Oh, I need a piece of wax paper, I think. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Just a sec. Oh. Okay. Well, I was digging around in my my toy box this morning trying to pull out things to use today. And I realized that I've got things in there that have just fallen to the bottom that I have either never used or I haven't used in a long time because they, they fell to the bottom of the box. That's the problem with having a big tub for your toy box. I like that term. I think it was Caged Fish. I heard use the term toy box, and I thought that is just so perfect. Hi, Rose. I'm glad you're here. This is the tape that I was using when I was trying to do that peeled paint technique at the end of my Painty Paper #1 video, or part 1 video. Anyway, I think it's worth revisiting. Next time I'm going to use a whole bunch of colors. I did too many of them with just 2 colors, and that didn't work out as well. But I thought I could go ahead and do some more stuff on this and use it in my journals like washi tape. So I'm saving it. Can't throw anything away, you know. Hi, Ruth. I'm glad you're here. Oh, I got all these notifications. Just a second. I haven't even been on Facebook today. Just barely managed to get through my emails real quick and notice kind of what was there. Hi, Linda. I haven't replied to anything. It's been one of those days when it was all I could do to get here at 2 o'clock. So sometimes you think things are going to go fast and they don't. But I had a good day. I got stuff done. And I had lunch with a friend, and that was nice. So that was good. I did say hi to you, didn't I, Linda? I hope I did. I think I did. All right. What I'm wanting to do is most of these papers have a pretty good amount of, a background on them. And then I want to put some more. Oh, that's great, Ruth. That'll be fun. Yeah, Rose, go get you some lunch. I want to add some more layers onto it. Some of the stuff I'm going to do, I'm going to do on the jelly plate, because that's what I usually use this stuff in my toy box for, is on the jelly plate. But not always. So I'll do some that's not done that way too. Well, okay, it went away. Hi, Becky. Oh, goodness, yes. Sit down and relax. Well, these are the start of my, oh, there's where that, I wonder where that one went. The start of my papers. This is some, some of that computer paper that, old time computer paper. I found it was just stuck in a bunch of other papers at the thrift store. And so I want to continue adding stuff on. I just did 4 of these to see how I would like it. I've got that one and this one and this one and this one. And then I used some of them just as kind of wipe off stuff. So I've got those 3 that are started too. And then I've got some more that are started. Some of these I've done on both sides, and I buy this kind of paper when it's at the thrift store for a package for $1 or something. Yeah, my dad brought home boxes of it when he back when computers ran on that those big reels, reel to reel. Yeah, I'm old. Anyway, I got started on some of these earlier, and then some of them have stuff on, have that on the other side. So I'll try to cover that up. But those are some starts of papers that were done in a previous painting session, not this one that I just did yesterday. So I want to add to those. And then I've got these pages that I did yesterday that I want to add some more layers to. And all of these, I started out just brushing paint on with the roller because my jelly plate's too small to go all the way to the edge, and I wanted something all the way to the edge. But I'm not good at centering them, as you can see. So I'll probably try to do stuff out at the edge. And these were the ones where I was trying to do the peeling paint technique. I think this one probably is my favorite one. It looks the most like peeled paint. That one's not bad, and this one's pretty good. I'm just not a big orange fan. But the rest of these definitely need other stuff because they didn't turn out as good. Let's see. That one probably looks like it's stuck together. No, it didn't. Okay. And then I've got these that I've used to press down, and so we've got all of these to play with today. Okay. I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and work on these some more and get those done so I can take off these little papers and not worry about them anymore. They keep, running away from me, and I have to go get them and put them back on. So I want to do that. But first I want to show you some of the things I'm going to be working with. Some of the things that I'm going to be working with are these. And these are made just from those fun foam shapes and I just stacked 2 or 3 of them, on here so they would be thick enough to be sturdy. And that's, what some of the things I use on my jelly plate. And then some of them I cut out myself, and I put some lines in them, and the lines are almost, full of paint now, so they don't show up as much, but they really showed up pretty good at first. Here's some more of those little fun shapes. But these are a lot of fun. And this one's real fun because if you twist it, it looks like a gear. That one's really cool. And this is one where I just took some of that sticky back fun foam, and I put a wide piece and a skinny piece, and then I rolled it up kind of like a cinnamon roll. But it also is getting, paint stuck, so it doesn't make quite as good a design as it did at first. But if you put the skinny piece in between, then you have some space there, and that works really well. This is some more of those fun foam shapes that just come in a bag, and I just put them down on some cardboard. So I've got all of those, and some of these I indented a little bit so that they would have some shapes inside. They didn't come with those shapes inside. I mean, the indentions, but they work well. And then I've got some other stuff, but we're going to use these things first just because they're right here, and then I can dump them back in my box and move on to something else. And I am going to go ahead and use the jelly plate at first just because it's the easiest thing for me to do. And I've got some, and all of this stuff that I'm showing you, stuff I use on the jelly plate all the time, or I have used it in the past and it fell to the bottom, and so I don't use it as much. That I want to do next too. But let me get out some paint real quick. Trying to think what colors. I want things that are going to show up. I've got red and pink and yellow. And a turquoise. I tend to work in the same colors all the time. Let's do some metallics too. I can get them without pulling everything down on me. And here's some blues and greens. Let's see if we can find some purples. Those are the same purples that I used to begin with, so we'll just use them on different papers. And get a brayer. I need to move these so that I don't end up. And I'm just going to brayer off onto these pages so that can start a background on them. And I'll do that too on these bottom ones here that don't have much of anything on them. So we can start with that. Okay, this is the paper I'm going to work on first. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad you're here. This is the paper I'm going to work on first. And I think I'm going to add some purple and blue to it just because. I want something that's a little brighter than what's on there right now. And the more, since that's dried, it'll contrast. It won't, mix in. It won't make mud. So I actually took my trash out, so I have an empty trash can now. Thank you, Janet. Now this technique, I usually put a little bit more paint. Well, I put a lot more paint on everything, but a little bit more paint on when I'm doing this because I want to take some of it off. And another thing that you need to keep in mind is keeping out a page that you can, when you use these stamp type things, then you can, like you print there and then take it off over here. And so that way you're using it, a couple of different times. And this is not, it's not picking up just a ton of paint, so it'll still show, you know, what you're, it's going to be predominant, I guess is what I'm saying. But I want to do some of them that will pick up more paint so that that's the one that I love to turn and make it look like a gear. And I'm going to do, I'm going to have to do 2 similar pulls like this in order to fill up this whole paper. And that's one problem with having the 8x10 jelly plate, that makes you wish you had a bigger one. I'm still holding out, but my family will help me get a big one for my birthday. So my daughter knows what I want, so I think she'll make it happen. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use this cork and just put a few dots. Just because I can and I have space. Let's go ahead and make kind of lines of dots. Maybe that looks better. Okay. Now let's put this on there. And I'm going to pull out one of these sheets so I can press it down. When your paper isn't as big as your jelly plate, you need some more paper over the top so you don't just end up with it all over you. And there wasn't much extra, but okay. This one came off before I got down there, so that little space is gone. But it's kind of cool to have that show up in there. Let's go ahead and put this one back on. I'm going to love these papers. Becky, I like what you were doing with yours, making a little book out of them. I'm probably going to do the same thing, or I'll use them as collage or something. Okay, so now we've got to do this part down here. So I'm going to basically do the same thing. I'm just going to leave that one off. Okay. I'm glad you all could come join me and play this afternoon. My son and daughter were like, "You're streaming on a Thursday? Why are you doing that?" Because I said I would. Let's turn this one over. We'll put our dots on the back of it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use pretty much the same flowers, because this is going to be, on that same page. So they won't be in the same order probably, but that's all right. See, sometimes even if you have plain paper and you do this, that turns out pretty cool. So you're really getting, 2 papers for the effort of one. I forgot to put some of these on there. Okay, let's add a few more of these. And some dots. Okay. Put this one on there. Let's see, where does it start? About right there. And then I'm going to stick this one down here. Listen to your body, Becky. Listen to your body. Your body needs to rest. And so there's some on that page. And there's the rest of this page finished out. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hang this one up, and we're going to say that it's done for this particular step. Step 3 will be inking and now my brain's going, duh. Inking and doodling. That's step 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and put, this is the page we're going to do next. So I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to do pink and blue on this one. A darker blue and a pink. So the blue will be metallic and the pink won't be metallic. So we'll see how that works out. Yay, blue. Ooh, that's about all the blue I've got there. Come on. I really am about to run out of these. Come on. I guess that's all that blue. Well, shucks. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait. I'm going to save that and open it up and use it like Becky does. Just, I've never seen anybody do that before. That was a great idea. Okay. Let me get another roll-off sheet. I could be using the back of those other sheets. I may do that later. The ones that I'm decorating right now, I haven't done anything on the back of them. I'm going to show you this one because I really like it. Let's go ahead and put it on here too. That's not picking up as much as I would like. I'm going to have to make another one of those because I really like it. And this one's gathered up so much paint, it's not working as good anymore. One thing though, that sticky back phone foam is pretty cheap. So, and one piece of it kind of goes a long way. So let's do some of this flower right here. And I kind of have to come around because I didn't make my thing big enough. So I have to kind of make sure it goes down on the sides. Does that make sense? But these stamp off pretty good too. It's not as easy to see because it's similar in colors, but okay, let's put some circles on here with this donut. This is a donut eraser. And it works pretty good to make little donuts. Um, okay, and then I'm gonna do, where did that go? Here's a tiny little cork. We'll make some little dots like it too. Just for some added interest. And I think I'm gonna do the, for some reason I like these better when they're in groups. Make sure I haven't not forgetting any of them. Because it bugs me when I get it off here and there's one that's all by itself and the rest of them are in threes. Okay. Uh-oh. Actually, I think that probably will cover this up too much. So I'm going to do it on here. Sorry about that. I changed my mind. Ooh, banana bread. That sounds good, Janet. I just went over to my mom's to pick up a key, and she had just made some zucchini bread. So I had a bite. Woo! That looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks pretty. Let's see if we can get some on that edge. A little bit. Set it up here. Hang it on my clothesline to dry. Yeah, that turned out good, didn't it? I like that one. But I decided it was too dark to put it on here. It would just really cover it up. So, but that's it, I think, all I'm going to do with these. I just wanted to show those to you before I go on to something else, because I got so many things here to use that if I do a bunch of them with these, I'll run out of papers and time before I run out of anything else. So, okay. Set those aside. I also have one of these, like Becky has, only mine's still whole. But you've seen her use that, so I'm not going to worry with it right now. The thing I'm going to use next is this. This was one of those things you put in your kitchen sink so that your dishes don't bang on the sink. And that's fun. Okay, let's find some good colors to go on this one with that. And I think I said I was going to do pink and blue, so I'm going to go ahead and do that if I can get some more blue out of here. Nope. All right. Let's do purple and pink instead. Ah. Okay, I need a wipe, or I'm just going to end up really gross here. Okay. There's some purple. And here's a little pink. We'll use this for our roll-off sheet right now. Okay. If you have any of those goopy bits, it's better just to take them off because they just make a mess. They don't do anything good. And sometimes they end up catching on grabbing onto your roller, and then they make weird spots in your. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do this again here to try to even it out a little bit. Okay. Let's put this on here. And it's easy just to push down flat on this because it's so thick, your hand is not going to get painty. Okay, let's go ahead and lay this down on top of here and see if I'm actually going to use the brayer on it and see if I can get it to come off on there. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? That's what came off of my thing. Once again, I'm a little bit afraid that I'm going to end up covering this pretty green all up, but we're going to do it anyway because you don't know till you try. Okay. Okay, let's pull this up and see. Wow, I am glad I went ahead and did that. That is beautiful. Okay, we're going to do it again for the bottom part. Let me see if I can pull up some more of this before I do. Well, we pulled up some of it. Okay. And that was pink and purple, right? The only problem when you do this is that you don't get the same ratios of pink to purple. And so you end up with, you know, the second part you do not looking quite the same as the first part. But that's not a huge deal. There's some goopy stuff. Okay. Let's move that. I've brayered on it as much as I can. Okay. Now let's put this back down. press it down. Yes, that's right, Debbie. I'm not sure if I saw you earlier, but I'm glad you're here. And yeah, you can't duplicate it. At least I can't. I guess if you measure everything out really well, you can come close, but I don't. Okay, let's pull out another sheet here that where did they go? That needs something on it. We'll put it on this one. There's that. And I'm going to put this, whoops, right there. And then I'm going to put this right here. So there's, that one's working its way up. And there's the rest of that sheet. So you can definitely see the two parts of it, you know, that are different. But that's okay. It's enough to say that it looks all right. So we'll hang that one up. Okay. Let's let me find another something that needs some more stuff on it. Yeah, we'll do one of these. Let's pull up some of that. Oh, I saw nines up there, and my eyes were not focusing well, and I thought they said zeros. I was like, oh, everybody left. What happened? I thought maybe I dropped like Mary does, and I just didn't know it. Okay, there's the start to a page there. Okay, now then next I want to do want to work on this one. Add some stuff to it. Put these back. These are not going to last much longer, so we're going to have to be through. We're going to have to be through with them soon. Okay. What colors will look good on that? Hi, Eva. I'm glad you're here. I think I'm going to do this light blue and the yellow right here. We'll see how that works out. It may be just more green and not be great, but well, I really do need to use this paint up. I've obviously let a lot of it set too long. We've all got those goopy bits. Okay, that one's done. And what was I going to put with it? This blue. All right. Let's see if we can. Just do some roller texturing and then we'll use something to Okay. Here's something that I got. It's just a piece of fabric that I kind of made into a flower shape. And it used to work really well. I haven't done it in a while. It doesn't really look flowery anymore, but it's got some texture anyway. So we're going to go ahead and do this. All right. And then I'm going to do some circles. And now that this was a yarn, I mean, it had yarn on it, spinning the wool that I do weaving with, but it makes great circles. I may wish I hadn't done this because I'm going to lose all that bumpy texture, but I'll show you what I used to get that texture, and then we can replicate it on top of something else. Then I can turn it over and make little dots. Which is fun too, to have combinations of sizes. And this is wet enough paint, I can play with it a little bit and it not be a big deal with those. And then I found this was on my, I don't know if you can see, it's got that kind of serrated look to it. Ooh, it's got paint on me. This was on my that glue, the glitter art glitter glue, but I thought it looks kind of like a gear, so I kept it. When I put that other tip on it, I just went ahead and kept this. So we're going to stick that on there. You don't want to push down too hard on that because it is kind of sharp if you press down too hard. But all right. And I think I've changed my mind. Once again, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to do it on that one. I'm going to do it on something that really needs something. Because I don't want to lose it. Oh, I bet that's true, Debbie. Yes. My daughter wanted some chocolate chips. Well, that was too goopy a painting, so my stuff didn't really show up that much. But let's do another one on top of this and see what happens. Excuse me, just a second. Let me get a drink. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Vicki. I'm glad you're both here. We're playing. So far, I'm making a lot of messes. See that messy mess? That was blue and yellow, but it really looks kind of yellowy green. But this is what we did with the blue. It looks, you can see a little bit of blue in there. Mostly it's just yellow and green. Goodness, excuse me. Okay. Okay, there's still stuff on there. Let me get another piece of paper and try to get some more of that off. before we move on. Oh, that's fine, Tanya. I'm just glad you showed up at all. Makes me happy to see you. I know what it's like to be not be able to stay. Sometimes I can't show up at all, which makes me sad, but okay. For this one, I want something that makes enough of a pattern that some of this stuff will show through. And I think I'm going to do it in this red, so it'll be real obviously different. I'm going to roll it on here. There's still a little bit of what was underneath it on there, so it may pull up some of that. That's all right. Okay, let's go back and forth here and try to make this look pretty even. Okay. And I'm going to use this thing. This is the binding for the Ultimate Fake Book, but it looks like this on this side, but it makes great spirally things. And it takes off enough to leave some behind so you can see underneath it. I kind of missed right there. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. There we go. Okay. That's something fairly easy to replicate for the bottom half, so we'll do this. If you put too much paint on there, and believe me, I know from experience, your pattern, okay, here's what that looks like. Need to put these back on it. Don't those look cool? I like those. They look good. Put them back on and see if we can go ahead and do the bottom half now. That one came off a little bit. And okay. I'll go ahead and pull some more of this off so it won't interfere with the next one. Okay, it was pretty dry. All right, let's do it again and add onto the bottom of this. Oh, mail came. Yay, Becky. Okay, let's do this again. And we're going to have to, for some reason, I'm not getting as good a wipes down here. I'm going to leave that alone or I'll mess it up some more. Okay. Let's, oops. I'm going to have to do it from this direction. My paint's in the way. That's pretty bold, isn't it? Maybe a little too bold. We'll add some black and white to it with doodling and stuff, and that'll help. Bring this up. Okay, so there's that found object. Let me see if I can get this off. I'll show you something that I found at these are things that I actually made just from as a found object for sure. We'll save it. But all of these are different things that I made like that. And then this one I just had some extra fun foam pieces that I had been cutting leaves, and I just glued them down on a piece of cardboard to make that shape. So I'm going to kind of make a quilt pattern with some of these so you can see what those look like. I'm going to save the cardboard one because I have some other things that are on cardboard. So I'll just do these for the next one. Let's see. This is the paper we're doing this time. It's the last of these with the Post-it notes on them. I only did 4 of them because they kept being finagly. So I want to do something really contrasty for this one. I'm thinking, hi Mary, I'm glad you're here. We're playing. I'm trying to think what color paint would look good with this. Any ideas? It's mostly purple with a little bit of turquoisey green stuff underneath it. Maybe a bright orange, yellow. Okay, well, that was my first thought, Becky. Since it's the first suggestion, we're going to do it. I'm going to use this. It's kind of, hi, Mark. I'm glad you're here. Oh, lime green would have been good too. I'm going to use this apricot on it. And I'm just going to leave that there. It's all right. If it becomes part of it, that's okay. See, I'm trying to use this stuff up. Okay. I think there's enough to do 2 passes at this, which is what I'm going to have to do to get the whole thing, since it won't fit my whole, my whole, what am I trying to say? My jelly plate doesn't fit the whole piece of paper. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. And let's, I'll just roll off on that. Oh, there's a little something. Let's get that off. Okay, where did I put those? Good grief. Put them down here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one on there because I didn't have quite enough. And I'm going to lay this down to press them down. Probably didn't need to do the piece of paper because they pretty much covered up the whole jelly plate, but just in case. Okay, now I'm going to pull them back off. I'll use. All right. Ooh, that looks good. Lost my thing again. Okay, let's see how this looks. That looks pretty on there, doesn't it? Even with the red coming off too. That looks good. I like it. So now we'll do it again to get the bottom half. Nope, that one goes over here. Probably doesn't really matter, but my little Post-it notes are looking pretty cool too. A little bit of that texture paste came off. Okay, let's do a little more of this. I may have taken off too much paint. All right. Didn't quite fill it up as good this time. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Didn't do the same as I did last time. So it's, and yeah, the paper evidently worked better to push down on the paper, especially right there. Okay. Now we'll do the bottom half of this. Let me stick that back on again. I think I'm going to try to turn this around though, because that's a better print than this down here. No, because it'll be just like that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Hi, I'm not sure exactly. Deha? Is that how you say your name? Lovely Deha? It's good to see you here, even if I'm saying your name wrong. So we're working on that page. Ellie, okay. It's good to see you, Ellie. I'm glad you're here. All right. We're going to go ahead and work with some more. I'm going to put these aside since I've already done those. I'm trying to put things back in the box as I use them. We've used that one. We've used these. I got way more stuff sitting out here than I have space in my box, so I'm not sure where it all came from. All right. Oh, we've used that one too. Okay. Next, we're going to work on, we're going to go ahead and add some stuff to this page. And I'm going to put these pages down to roll off on. And I'm going to do think I'm going to do the lime green. Yeah, I have to clean my computer off sometimes, Rose. I understand about that. You're probably wise. Usually I do fine unless I'm splattering. And then I have to cover it up where I make a real mess. Okay. Here are some more textures. This is cardboard. It was I'm not sure what it was around, something. No, I think it was inside our coffee maker. Anyway, it's a fun texture. So I'm going to stick it right in the middle. And then this is just a cardboard with very tiny corrugation. And that one's fun. I just kind of do it like that. And then this is some of that sticky back fun foam. I just cut strips, and then when I laid them down, I curved them as I stuck them down, and they just stay that way. Oops, go back. So that's fun. And then this is just, you know, more regular cardboard with bigger corrugation. And so I'm going to stick it there and here. Whoops. And then I'll pick that one up. And we'll have all these cardboard kind of thingies. And I'm going to put them right on top of, no, I don't think I want to. No, I don't want to put them on there. I'm going to put them on top of this. You keep changing your mind when you get it on here from what you think you're going to do. Okay, go paint, Rose. Have fun. I think that's a great nickname. Lovely happening. Everyone around you must be blessed by you, or they wouldn't call you that. Okay, this is how that turns out. And I've got some more weird found objects. This was inside something. I don't know what it was, but it kind of makes bricks. And this is just styrofoam from inside packing something. And this was also inside some packing. I haven't ever used this. I just got it out and stuck it in my toy box, and then it never got used. So we're going to use this one first, and then we'll use those other two. Let's see what happens with this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do this purple. Some of these things pick up a lot more paint the first time you use them than they do the next times. And so you end up having to adjust the amount of paint you put on as they get paintier. They don't, you know, pick up quite as much. Anyway. We're going to try to print off onto that. Okay, see, that picked up stuff, but it didn't let anything come off. It's still not letting anything come off, but it's making a good impression. That's pretty cool. I don't know why I haven't played with it before. Okay, that works pretty neat. And I'm going to just do this, you know, one half at a time, like I was doing on the ones with the Post-it notes on it. Oh, sorry. So that's what that looks like. That'd be fun to doodle on. I'm going to do the same thing again so I can finish off this page and it'll look like it, you know, kind of belongs together. I've got Deco Art Metallics, Craft Smart, Anita's, Deco Art Americana, Folk Art Metallic, Craft Barrel, Apple Barrel, I mean. So I got all kinds of, whatever's cheap or on sale. I'm not, I can't find my wipe. I'm more interested in paint I can afford than a certain brand, especially for the jelly plate, because almost anything will work on the jelly plate. Expensive paints, cheap paints, it doesn't really matter on the jelly plate. At least I enjoy them all. I got a little too much paint this time because it wasn't coming out, and then it came out in a whole bunch. So I'm going to move that and wipe off up here with this. Okay, now I'm going to try to even this back out. Sometimes it works really well and evens back out. Sometimes you still end up with an extra streak. So we'll see. Okay. I'm trying to make these go opposite. I don't know if it shows up enough to really matter. Okay. Stamp that off a little bit. And then we'll put the bottom of this on there. And we'll stick this one kind of in the middle. So it gets some on the yellow and some on the red. So that's kind of what this page looks like now. And that's what this one looks like. That metallic paint just really kind of flashes out. Sorry about that. This is a piece of packing material. It came in something, I don't know what. But when I saw it, when my husband was throwing away the packing material, I said, oh, that'll make a great stamp. So I kept it. What we're doing, Ellie, is we're trying to use things that you find around the house, or you find at thrift stores, or you pull out of the trash or whatever, to use to make painty papers. And that's what I was using on that one, was this. I'm going to use this next. It does make a great stamp, doesn't it, Debbie? Hi, it's good to see you here. I must have missed you. Sorry. Um, oh, and it was you who asked about that. See, I messed up on, sorry about that. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you asked that question. Oh, no, I haven't used packing peanuts. Um, but this is just a piece of styrofoam that was really bumpy. Can you see the texture of it? So I thought it would be fun to use. So we'll do it next. And let me hang this one up and get it out of the way. And I'm going to use oh, there it is. I'm going to use this Emerald Green Metallic by Folk Art. And I need a paper to paint off on. Got the backs of some things. Here we go. We'll just roll off on the back of that. I think I'm going to put it this way so there's not that bump in the middle. Okay. And then we're going to take this and just press it down. Little balls are coming off. This obviously won't last very long. It's coming apart. Okay. And I'm just going to put that right on top of this. Let's do it this way so we can get it all over the whole thing. Let's use this to wipe it down, or whatever you call it, press it down. Okay, well that didn't show up too much. So it should have been a really light color maybe. It might have showed up better than something that's the same value as the pink. I'm just going to do this instead of doing that again. See if we can get some on the bottom. Do it again here. Okay, I'm going to do it again because I want you to see that it does work. But I'm going to use a very pale cloudless. That's what I'm going to use. And that may have been a case of having too much paint, so it squished out my pattern too, as well as being darker. Okay, let's come back here and do this again. See, on the jelly plate, it looks really pretty, really distressed. I'm going to put it over this because this is really dark. We'll see if it'll show up better. since it's a light color. Shows that better. It's still not quite as obvious maybe as I wanted it to be. If you did it in something that looked like stucco over something that looked like bricks, that would probably be cool. Let me find somewhere down here. I've got one that looks kind of like bricks. There's that. I think we'll try one with it. In this kind of pale light mocha. Or should we do white? We'll just do this because I've got this. And all right, let's get this back. Okay, we're going to give this one more shot. Actually, I'm going to use the other one. There were two of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this one since it's fresher and see if it. Well, that's about the same, so it probably didn't matter. Okay. Let's put that over the top of these bricks and see what happens. More texture, yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ellie. It's a lot of fun. Okay, that turned out good. I like that. Very cool. Okay. I'm going to let this dry, and then it will be underneath whatever we put on next. That might work out well. I think my brayer's got some things on it, so let me clean it off real quick. Some little sticky pieces or something. Maybe I just need to get out a different brayer and really clean this one good instead of just semi-cleaning it as we go along. Oh no, I lost chat. Okay. That's a good idea. We could put bricks over the green one. I've got my bricks right here. I was going to show you that anyway, so this would be a good time to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and use that antique copper because it's a cool color. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I've got that other underneath it, so it might not show up as good as, the bricks might not show up as good, but we won't know till we try. Some of these techniques, for those of you who don't have jelly plates, some of these techniques I did in a video on fun foam, using fun foam as a jelly plate, and I was amazed at how well it worked. So if you don't have a jelly plate and you want to try some of this stuff, just get you some fun foam. It really works pretty good. Okay. Let's just put this on like that and see what happens. That was needing some major help anyway. I'm glad you're liking them, Ellie. They're a lot of fun. I love pretty much, I think you can make some ugly stuff and then you add another layer and it looks pretty. But this isn't one of those times. That didn't come off because you've got the dots and the bricks on top of the other. It would be okay for collage or something. Or you could just keep, like I said, keep going, add some flowers or something. Oh, my papers are losing all their Post-it notes. I'm just going to go ahead and pull those off. And I'll just have to do my stamping around it instead of because they're falling off all over the place. But I'm going to show you what the Post-it notes look like at this point. Yes, it needs more contrast. That's right, Mary. Here's what my Post-it notes look like that were making the journaling spots. Well, these four are all the same because they're from the same thing. And then there's these. Let's see if I can get them where you can see them. And then this one is what's underneath here. And then there's these. And then these. So I got all those to do something with later. Okay. Journal spit technique. What? Oh, I was going, what is a journal spit technique? I don't know that one. That's true, Debbie. That's true. Okay. That one, we've used that one now. Let's get it out of the way so I can keep up with what we've used and what we haven't. The next thing I have is with some fun foam. I did these. I made some clouds. And then I also made some things where you can, go through the paint like this. I had some of those scrapbooking scissors, and I just cut the fun foam with the scissors. So we'll use some of those real quick. That's an easy thing you can do to make painty papers. I think I'm going to wipe this off. I've got little styrofoam bits on it. My wipe's not very wet, so that's all right. I'm just wanting to get those styrofoam bits off. Oh no. Don't want to get started taking all the crusty parts on the sides off, or I'll be here playing with that all day. Okay. I think I'm going to do something with this where I, do the paste paper technique with it. I didn't know that's what that was called, but it works. And let's put, this is the paper I'm going to, as my background. Okay, I'm trying to think what color would go good on top of that. That would really show up, but not be weird. I'm thinking this blue or yeah, I'm thinking this blue. We'll just do it. If it's wrong, we'll find out in a minute. Oh, that's the blue I don't have. I'm going to throw that away. I keep wanting to use it. Okay, we'll use this one instead. I'm almost out of this one too, but I think there's enough in here. This is Dazzling Metallics Ice Blue. Okay. And there's my brayer. And there are lots of things that you can use. I'll show you some more in just a minute that are definitely found items around the house to but for this one, I'm going to start with this one and go down here. See, that one works great. This is a different pattern. It ends up looking almost the same, except you've got some little wispy bits. And well, where's the other thing I was gonna? I think this is the same. Okay, here's one found item I'll use. It's a comb. And it makes very distinct lines. All right. There we go. Gonna need a paint sale. Me too, Becky. But first I gotta use up the dregs in all these bottles so that I can justify even a paint sale. Right now I can't even justify a paint sale except for the fact that some of my favorite colors are being gone. Okay. There's how that looks. That looks pretty. And there's the under part. So I'm going to take it, see if I can put some of it on top of this. Sometimes it comes off good a second time and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. So there's another little layer on that one. Okay, so we've used this and we've used these. I'm going to use these and the flip-flops maybe on the same one. What I did with the flip-flop is I cut a square so I would have some, a specific print that I could use. And then I also just have a piece of it so I can just do little bits. You don't have to put the whole thing down. And then I got a new flip-flop yesterday that has this print in it. I got these at the thrift store, but they'd never been worn, so they weren't dirty, so I could use them. So I think I'll use that. I'm trying to decide whether to leave this one whole and just bend it as I do it or to cut it into shapes. But I'm going to try bending it today and see how that works. But let's do clouds first, and we'll put those on. Maybe we'll do some clouds on this one. There's two ways to do this, but I think what I'm going to do is put down a layer of blue. No, that's not going to work. I'm trying to think. When I did it before, I had some flowers down here. I used some flower stamps on the bottom and these on the top, and I put down different. Well, let's just do that. Let's just do that so you can see what I'm talking about. Even though I didn't intend to use any bought stamps today, we're going to use them anyway. Just for this one. And then we'll do some green down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some clouds. And put some clouds on there. And we'll take some flowers, see if we can get off a lot of this green paint so we can put it over something else. Okay. Let me try see if I can pick up a little bit more with my clouds. I don't think that's working. Okay. And then we'll do this on a something that's fairly solid. Let's use this one. That's fairly solid. When I did it before, I did it on white paper with just the clouds, and then I did a background here, and then I put the sky and stuff in. But you can at least see kind of what I'm talking about here. Ooh, lost my chat again. Okay. So you got pink clouds and then flowers. I did get 2 shoes, Mary. But that turned out really cute, I think. That'll be fun in a book. Okay, now to the flip-flop. Flip-flop. That's it. Let me find something to go over with the flip-flop print. I'm going to use this one. And because it's not all that special like that. And we'll do the flip-flops on it. Let me pick up, see if I can pick up any more of this. Oh, that wasn't very smart. I'm using the wet on this side, so I'm rubbing my hand on the wet paint. Okay, well, it picked up a little bit of it. All right. So we want something that's pretty dark so it'll really show up. I think I'm going to use this dark purple, the amethyst. Oh, there it is. Sorry, just realized I didn't have any roll-off paper ready. Okay, we're going to put this square right here in the middle. There's that one. Then we'll turn it over and put squares here like that. And then I'm going to just kind of bend this and do a little bit. And then we're going to do this new one. Some of it has the circles in it. That's all right. Okay, there's what the flip-flops look like now. Let's see what happens when we put it on top of this. Yeah, everything can be an art tool, Ellie. I got some other things that are even more unusual than flip-flops to use here in just a second. But see, that turned out pretty good. See if I can get it where you can see it without the glare. There you go. That's pretty fun. Green and copper one with light gold. Is this the one you're talking about? I was trying to find which green and copper one. The oops one. Okay, let me find where I put the oops one. I got quite a few oops ones. I'm not sure which one it is. Okay, let me see. Is it this one? No, I don't think it's that one. Well, I'm not sure which one it is, Mary. See if it's in the back of that one. No. Where did it go? Well, I'm having trouble finding a green and copper one. Except for this one and that one. Let's see what else. Were you talking about this one? I'm looking for anything with copper. The one you put the copper bricks on over the green. Oh, I think I already did something else on top of that. Was that this one? Is that it, Mary? Oh, the cloud one. This one? I don't know. I don't know either. Okay. Are you wanting light gold bricks? Oh, not the cloud one. Okay. Are you wanting bricks to be light gold? Because I could do that on this one right here. I'm trying to I'm sorry, Mary, I don't know. I'm just gonna move on for right now. Is that dark about what I was? Light gold would bring out the bricks. I think I must have used it for something else. Yeah. And I'm sorry about that. But I could use some light gold and try to do bricks on top of this one. Let's try it just for kicks. Where did I put the bricks? Let me find them. Here they go. Here they are. Now let me make sure I've got a light gold. I do somewhere. Just a second. Ah. Okay, here we go. This is old gold from Artist Loft. It's the lightest gold I have. Let me stand up so I can see where this goes. Yeah, skipped it a little bit. All right, let's see what happens here. It can't mess it up. It's gold. It'll be pretty even if it's not what we want. Or if it's not what we were looking for. Let's put it that way. There's that one. I think I'm going to put it over the top of this one too. See if I can get some of that to come off. That added a little gold. You can't see the brick pattern unless you turn it just the right light. But it's pretty. But that look good enough for you, Mary? I like it. And I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to do some of it on some of these because they definitely need some help. So let's take this one And we're going to use this. I am not sure what this is. The only thing I can think of is that maybe you drop an egg there just to get the egg whites and then you throw away the yolk or whatever. I don't know. But it was cool and it was $1 at the thrift store. So we'll see. It's a beater. Wow. I don't know. It's weird. But for $1, I decided I would play with it. And I'm going to use I think I'm going to use this ice blue. Since this is blue, I'm going to put some more blue on top of it. For mixed drinks. Oh, well, no wonder I don't know what it is, Debbie. I have very little knowledge of mixed drinks. I think way back years ago, I would once in a while drink a rum and Coke or a margarita. That's about the limit. Sangria swirl, about the limit of my alcohol knowledge. Haven't had any of those things in years. But it was a $1, so I had to try it, you know. Well, y'all know better than I do, Mark. Between you and Debbie, you got to have it right. Let's see. But look what it does. And it's got just enough depth off the jelly plate that you don't get your hand in the paint when you're using it out in the middle. Isn't that just cool? I love it. I got a piece of something stuck on it there. But it needs something in the middle of those, I'm thinking. So what can we do in the middle of those? Maybe just some little circles. Now everybody's going to go looking for a drink strainer, aren't you? I know what you're thinking. This is just a Sprite lid or Coke lid or something, some kind of soft drink lid. So we're mixing our hard and soft drinks here. Uh-oh, my chat's gone again. What is going on? Beat eggs to scramble them. Okay. Yeah, I just throw mine in the skillet and scramble them with a fork. I'm lazy. And I did not get this on there in the center, so it's going to be really wonky, but oh well. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like the way that looks, kind of like it's some kind of gear or something, you know. So that's a fun one. That you just, you know, it's just in the kitchen stuff. Go to the thrift store and look in their quarter bins. You find all kinds of stuff. I have to show you something before we leave that that I found on the free shelf. I don't know what it is, but I think I know what I'm going to use it for. I'll show you that in a minute. It'll be the mystery tool, and y'all can tell me what you think it is. Okay, next we're going to use this. This is a strainer out of something. I don't know what. But it was on the free. This isn't the one I was talking about earlier, but this was on the free shelf too. And so this is another fun thing to use on the jelly plate. So we'll use it real quick here. And let's let's let this dry a minute and leave that. Well, no, let's see if we can pull it up on something. If there's any more of it'll come off. And what's left on there can just dry and be part of the next one. Okay, we got a little bit of it off. All right. And so we're going to do something on top of this. That needs help desperately. Looks like it belongs in a percolator coffee pot. It just might. It just might. It probably one of those big ones like you use at church or something, you know. Goes down, there's a, you know, with the pole down the middle. That's probably exactly what it is. I just know it was free and it was fun to play with. So, and let's do this pink. I know, Mary. I'm the same way. Once I feel like I gave a bad answer, I don't want to talk anymore either. I'm going to mix that with this, and we'll get kind of a corally color maybe. There's not much left here, and I need to use it up. So. Definitely got to take off some of that. I put way too much paint. Way too much paint. But it'll make this painty paper pretty. This roll-off paper here. Oh, come back, come back. It's trying to fall off in my lap. That would not be good. Oh, let me pick that up. Let's roll it off some more over there. Okay, now let's see if we can spread it out a little bit here. And we're going to put this down. And I think I let it slide. Oh, that's all right. We'll just put another one there. That's what the problem was. I got my brayer in the way. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't making a full print. Okay. That's fun. All right. Let's put this paper down on top of it. Oh, all right. That turned out pretty. It pulled up the blue. Let's see that. When you got a page that's just ugly, you just need to keep adding layers. That's what you need to do. Just keep adding layers. And let's stick this one down. It's needing some help too. See if anything else will come up. Oops. What did I lose? Oh, turquoise. Okay. Okay, we pulled up quite a bit on that one. Sometimes after you do a bunch of these on one paper, it really looks cool. Okay, so that's this. Your coffee pot thing. And The next one I'm going to do is this. Whoops. I think it goes something like this. It was in two pieces and they just came unglued, but I'm not positive because when I got it at a garage sale for a dime, it was in these two parts. But it's really fun to print with, so we're going to print with this next. So definitely, excuse me. I'm going to use the gold. I think that'll be pretty. And we'll put it on something else. Okay, let's see. We may not can get this. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to do it like this. Okay. And I'm just going to put that right on top of this. No, let's do something else. Something darker. Do we have something darker? Well, we can always do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of this orange. I was just thinking those veggies in the background were not the best thing to have in the background, but it's all right. We can do it on a nicer piece of paper later. That's the one thing about all this. You can always do it again with different colors or a different background if it doesn't come out the way you want. You'll get a different result and maybe you'll like it better. Okay. What do you think about that gold, Mary? Let's go ahead and see if we can, if we can pick up any more of this. It barely picked up anything. Okay, I'm going to do that one again. And I'm going to do it on this, see how it looks on that without any vegetables in the background. Okay. Oops. I already messed up this print with my finger trying to get something off, and hopefully it won't be real noticeable. The guy who sold me that at the garage sale said he thought that it was part of a headboard from an old bed or something. He couldn't remember, but it was a piece of furniture. It was part of a piece of furniture. So that was just too cool to leave behind when he just wanted a dime for it. So there we go. That's fun. That looks like an old something, doesn't it? Hi, Niffer. It's good to have you here. All right, let's see if we can pick up some of this. Get that out of there. But that just goes to show you, you can, you can use, oh, it would be good. Oh, we're going to have to try that, Janet. We're going to have to try that. I'm going to have to find some black paper. I've got some here somewhere. Okay, y'all give me a minute. Let me find some black paper. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I found some black paper. It's cardstock, but it was in a notebook, so it's got holes, but maybe that'll be all right. It's the only black paper I have, so. Oh, good grief. Okay, here comes the gold again. Uh-oh. Got some paper stuck to my brayer. I laid it down the opposite way of how I usually do it. That wasn't a good plan. Okay. One of my favorite things to find at thrift stores is lacy fabrics or fabrics with patterns on them. Those are a lot of fun to use. I'm going to do this again because you can get more of the pattern if it's at an angle. It's looking pretty now, isn't it? All right, let's see what happens. We may have to send this one to Mary. Yeah, go thrifting. All right. Now it's curling up on me. I like it. I like it. Yeah, go real early so you can pick up the dime stuff. And he thought I was nuts. I know he did. But I didn't care. Okay. Well, that was fun. What else did I have that I wanted to show you? I thought would be good on. Let's put these out of the way so I can see what I've got here. Oh, I have a few things I wanted to try because I haven't tried them yet. One, this is you're supposed to put soap on it and use it to wash your face. It's got, I don't know if you can see, it's got a texture. Anyway, I thought it might be fun to use on here. And then I got these at the Dollar Tree a while back, and I threw them in my bin and they went straight to the bottom. But I thought those might work good. The black paper was 8.5 by 11. It was regular notebook size. Well, it might actually be a little bigger than that. No, it's 8.5 by 11. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No, it's a little bigger. It's like 9 by 11 because it's that much bigger. This is 8.5 by 11, so it's 11, but it's bigger because it must have been made to go in a notebook, and so they gave it some extra space. Okay, so let's play with these a little bit, see what we can do with these. We'll do a little bit of blue and some green down here, and a lighter blue up here for the sky. See if we can mix those together and make some ocean for the fishes and some sky for the butterflies. I think I got a little too much sky here, a little too much paint. Okay. Now then, let's see if we can. That's not going to work. Let me just move that. Okay. Now let's stamp off some fish here. Let's try the butterflies now. Okay. Now, what are we going to put those on? Wasn't thinking about that. We'll use this. See what happens. Okay. You can't see them terribly good. The fish came out better than the butterflies. But they are usable. Yes, you can. I've got some of these silicone brushes you can draw on there with. This is another thing I was going to show you. I have these erasers. Let me fix that. That I cut some notches in, and we're going to draw on those. So let's do that next. Great idea. Depends on what your stylus is. I mean, the ones I've seen are not sharp, and so they would probably be fine. Okay, let's put something. Let's put we want something that'll show up pretty good here. Let's do this red. It'll be easier for y'all to see as we're working. It's not a thick paint. Thick paint would probably be easier, but this is what I have sitting out here, so we're going to go ahead and use it. Okay, and here's the one that has, it just has kind of a V cut in it. And here's the one that has 2 little notches. And then this is I'm not sure what it was, some kind of pen, but it didn't work, so I took it out. And so I've got a thing I can make dots here with. And then this on the back, well, actually circles, and this will make dots. They don't show up great, but they do show up. And then you can write, oh, you have to write backwards though, and I'm not good at that. Oops, wrong way. See, I'm not good at that. I was trying to write happy and I put the A on the wrong side. Yeah, you got to remember you're writing backwards when you do this. But anyway. Yeah, get your jelly plate out. That's right. And those of you who weren't listening when I said this before, if you don't have a jelly plate, you can use a piece of fun foam, and it will do a lot of these same things. You would just have to replace it a lot quicker. I've got a video on that if you want to go look for it. But so you can definitely write on things. It just needs to be something that's not sharp. Or if it's sharp, you need to use it at an angle and not straight on. Let me show you what I mean. Let me see if I can get some more of this off. Because I've got something here that I've used before and it worked fine, but it is pretty sharp, so you just have to be really careful with it. Okay, let's do green here, at the risk of it ending up looking Christmassy. And I'm not 100% sure what this little thing is. I think it is for taking the things off of strawberries. I'm not sure. It's a Pampered Chef something, but it's pretty sharp. And you don't press hard. You can write with this too. Same thing with the credit card. If you take pinking shears or something and cut in your credit card, your old credit card, you can use that. The point is not to gouge into your plate. Oh, Oh, that'd be fun, Mary. I will be watching. I might even come out to the studio and play along because I got lots of painted papers to make. See how good those look? So if you're careful with it and you don't gouge with it, you can use, a lot of different things. Yeah, you could use those hair color bottles that have the combs on them. That's true. I want to play with this thing a little bit now and just see if it works. First, let me see if I can get some more of this green off. I'm going to have to get off here in a few minutes. I told my kids at 4:30 we would go to the chiropractor, so I got about 15 more minutes. So there's my ghost print of that green. That looks like something on a cave wall, doesn't it? Maybe somebody was drawing, I don't know what, the ocean? I don't know. Oh, okay, let's see what we can do with this. I think I'm going to use a heavy body paint. I think that might be less tend to go squish. And this is a real fine little thing. Oh, there's my dog. Just a second. Okay, you need to go back over there and lay down. That's a good boy. Lay down. Okay, let's put some of this on there. It's not real heavy, but it's heavier than that other stuff. I may wish it was heavier. I'm going to take a little bit more off of it because that will lessen the likelihood of it squishing too. Okay, let's see if this will work. It's real. Oh, see, it really moves around, so it may not work. I'm just going to squish it in here a bunch of places. I don't think we will. I can't really tell just by looking. Let's see if we can get something to come off of it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put it. Let's find. Well, sure, we have another one of those. I had a bunch of them. There we go. No, he whines if they're in the house and I'm out here. He wants to come out here with me, and he'll stay out here with me for a while, and then he whines to go back into the house because what he really wants is all of his people in one room together. All of his people in one room together. So, well, you can see a little bit of that texture, like right in here, right there, kind of a patchwork thing, but it doesn't show up a lot. I don't think it's something I'll be using a lot. I'm not going to forget the mystery item. We're going to do it right now. Well, there is one more thing I want to show you before we do that, but just one, and then we'll do the mystery item. And I have two more papers here that I can do weird stuff on, so I'm going to do one of those now. Let's use this purple. I'm about to get it gone, so. move that and work on this one. Okay, let's see if we can even this up here. Okay, here's another thing I've got. It's just a humidifier filter, but it was the wrong size. It was too big, and so I cut it in half and saved half of it to use out here. But it's kind of one of those snakeskin looking things like the vegetable bags. And I've used those in the past too. Those are fun. Okay, but that's what kind of texture it gives. So it makes kind of a but I'm not sure what this is for. The only thing I could think of was if you wanted to use it to slice bread. It's about the only thing I could think of it would be useful for. But you can see that these are not very thick, you know, the spaces. And I was thinking about our Painty paper swap and how we are just doing 6 to 8 pieces of paper. And so I thought we could take, let me find, let's see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take 8 pieces of paper that I've got for somebody, then I can just store them like that. And so that I can have a place and I can know these are ready to go. So bread slicer is all I could think of, but I think I'm going to use it like this so I can stick it aside with my Painty papers in it. Of course, those aren't ready to go yet, but this would also, it would work. You know, you could make lines so you get uniform slices. Yeah. The only bread slicing thing I ever had was plastic, and it worked really well, but I don't make bread anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. I can use it for my art. We got just a few more minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and use this and see if it works. And I can just stick it back in there to store my papers. Yeah. I don't miss bread as much as I thought I would, Becky. I do miss homemade bread. And there is a difference in just missing bread and missing homemade bread, because they're two completely different animals. But I feel so much better without it that it's not much of a temptation anymore. Okay, let's do some copper. And see if we can make some lines. I thought I could do this on maybe on the one side of the paper, and people could write on it. I don't know. It's a thought. Let me wipe off here. Oops. Okay. Don't mess up on me. Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, soft pretzels are pretty good. I agree. Oh, that didn't work in the middle there. See if we can go back up and press in the middle. Sort of. Don't think it's going to be any wonder thing that we're going to be all excited about. It's more useful to sort my painty papers, I guess. Hi, Suze. Yeah, we're about to quit. I'm going to have to leave in about 5 minutes and go to the chiropractor with my kiddos. So, but it does make usable stripes. So if you had, white paper on the back, you could put stripes on it. So that would be fun. Yeah, you can watch the replay, Suze. We've been playing with a lot of different stuff stuff I found at thrift stores, stuff you find around the house, all kinds of stuff. Oh, no, Becky, you're right. You're right. You should have written those down. I should have done that too. I'm going to try to remember that from now on when I finish out the rest of these, because I tend to think I'm out of something and buy it, and now I've got 3 of it. Or I forget something that I really want. So, well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to do some stamping and doodling on all these papers in part 3. And I don't know if part 3 will be this weekend or if it'll be Monday, but we'll see. Whenever I can get to it. I'll see y'all tomorrow night at Mary's place, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Bye-bye. Love you all.